Okay, so what I ended up doing actually was a lot of y'all might realize that you have cool friends. If you don't, I suggest you get new friends. I got cool friends, and some of them are so dope. When they send me voice messages for 3, 4, 5 minutes, it's straight fire. Like I know it's gonna be some game that I feel guilty if I forget it and don't implement everything the homies are telling me. So that's the beautiful thing when you got great relationship with people, is that back and forth messaging on those voice memos, like, oh, try this, try this, try that. And if you're smart, you're gonna try to implement as much as you can as fast as possible. So one of the homies, shout out to Sway, insurance agent, okay, salesman like a motherfucker. And one of the most beautiful things is we give each other time and space to be able to really, digest what someone said and be able to respond with quality back. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things I noticed was like, okay, these are, 5 or 6 different voice messages. Quick way to repurpose and save, the notes you have in your conversation with friends is you can download the voice messages, right, on your iPhone. The voice messages get saved to voice memos. You can then airdrop it, boom, onto the MacBook. Save it as one audio file. Different ways of doing that. Very quick, simple ones. Open up CapCut, add all your audio files, and then just export as MP3. Take that MP3 file, you're gonna throw it into this automation real quick I'm about to show you, and this is how you can create a summary and also get content out of the conversations you're already having. Don't make an article or a post or something that you want to tell your prospects and your clients about without doubling the work. I mean, there's a simple way to do it, and that's sharing the conversation you already have. And I guarantee there are conversations you have with an employee or a VA or somebody in your company that could serve as an SOP in the future, that could serve as a tutorial for a future client, that could serve as an extra service or value to offer existing clients, something that's insightful enough where it's like, oh, cool, you guys do this too. Yeah, I would like that added. Yeah, can you do the same thing for me? So very similar with this, right, is everything Sway was telling me was very applicable. It could have been a great conversation. And we don't always get the chance to link up and record like this and give y'all some game. We've done it a couple times, you know what I'm saying? But we can't always do it. But you can share in aspects of your conversation, snippets of it, right? Save them, transcribe them, and create content out of it. 1 and 2, be able to save it on your Google Docs and be like, dang, like that was this conversation that we had on 1, 2, and 3. And it was very specific actionable steps, right? You don't want to forget about them, so you can go back and check. So let me switch. See, we have that right here, Sway offer messages. So once you download those voice memos and you airdrop them to your laptop, when you click on import, you just drag them down at the bottom here. And when you go to export, all you're doing is, you don't check video, you just check the audio, MP3, save the export location to downloads. Get out of here. And then you come into, you make a specific folder. So I'll show you the automation we have. Go to scenarios. So I just use a very simple one. There are ones that I have incorporated. So like this one, for example, will take a downloaded file in your Google Drive, transcribe it, and then create a summary, a tweet on it, and a video script tailored off of that transcription, upload to Google Docs, and then notify me in Slack. But for this, I don't want to use GPT. I want to use Claude. And I already have a template for that. So all I do is, this is a very basic one of just downloading the file, transcribing it, uploading to Google Docs. So this watches files in a specific folder. What folder that is, make one. I have one called Make Automations, YouTube Scripts to New Content, which you can see right here. So I literally would just drop it in, run it. Once I get my transcription, so this was essentially actually my idea of telling him that I wanted to make this into a YouTube video, and that itself was able to get generated right here. So once you take the transcription of an audio, the text itself gets uploaded into a Notion calendar. Title, content of the post pasted here. Wants to be automated, click I want to automate, and then as it runs through, once you click back here, it'll take it through a specific prompt for a Facebook post, Medium article, a tweet, and a LinkedIn post. And then it all come back at the back end on platform posts. See, Zaid YouTube idea with Sway voice messages. So here you go, living up your content game and whatnot. This is what we're going to do. We're going to download, we're going to organize, we're going to transcribe and summarize, we're going to repurpose and optimize and collaborate and elevate. You feel me? See, it already got the rhyme game down like I needed to. So that is basically content already that I can post about this video, like this video itself, what this video was about and how to leverage that. Now, the actual audio took a summary, GPT summary of what Sway was trying to run down to me. Now, the transcription won't always be like Ramose. It was supposed to be Hormozi, but that's just on GPT Whisper side, right? It's not always going to be super accurate. We're talking about leveraging technology, go high level for CRM and insurance. So I took his audio, like I said, with CapCut, and you transcribe it and then post it. See his original offer message, and then basically created a Facebook post on that. And we created a Medium, X, and LinkedIn. So I just showed you that I literally made this content with the voice message about making this video. And then the actual offer that I mentioned before. Let me come back here. So this was a GPT summary of the conversation that I can keep. Then what three main things that I like that it made that I gave to my homie Sway that he could put is he was telling me about niching down and focus on a specific target market. And we've had this conversation quite a bit. And I was talking to him about handyman, content agency owners, anybody dealing with AI, see Ramosia, that transcription. Again, not 100% accurate. And he was talking about, coming from Hormozi's book on sales, if he say, oh, this is a book on this, like a general thing, you're mildly interested. Sales for AI agency owners who are struggling to figure out which market to serve and who appear racially ambiguous but are really Middle Eastern and Latino. So he was telling me that if I had seen this book, that specific to myself, I'd most likely be willing to put out even more cash on that than a book just on, hey, I'm looking for a book on sales. I'm looking for a little bit of help on 1, 2, and 3. But if it was that, it was a funny example, but it's basically the principle to apply in business. So it's the same thing. It's telling you, if you become an expert in content automation for a specific industry like plumbers or real estate professionals, you are valuable to that particular audience. About, tailoring the lead magnets, the content and whatnot, and being able to duplicate that with multiple clients, right? You sign somebody in Dallas, you know exactly how to serve somebody in that same specific industry in Chicago, and you're just duplicating your process. Your margins get even higher over time because your processes and systems and trainings and SOPs and all the time and energy spent with you and your team are not going to be completely done from scratch again, talking to someone in a different industry, right? Working from a plumber to a realtor. No, if I'm working with all different realtors, I know exactly what I'm, what I'm doing. And you can copy and paste that in so many different places at the same price tag, right? And now you're making way more money and not necessarily doing a whole bunch of more work. So, yes. So, for example, he in the life insurance, right? He's doing target final expense demographic, that's seniors. So he's gotten a deep understanding of their needs, pain points, and psychology, right? So not only is he in life insurance, but he's talking a very specific type of insurance to sell. It's a very specific demographic. So those sales calls and everything he does constantly with them, it's not new. It's not constantly switching to different people. No, he knows exactly who he's talking to and what they're looking for every time he picks up that phone. So he's just so confident in it. It's like routine. It's like clockwork for him to be on that phone. And then, of course, we take the same advice that he gave me. We made a Medium article out of that. Niching down, the key to unlocking success in your business. Introduction. In the world of entrepreneurship, it's easy to get caught up in the allure of serving everyone and anyone. However, as many successful business owners have discovered, the real secret to success lies in niching down and focus on a specific target market, identifying your niche, tailoring your offerings, the power of specialization. For most businesses, specialization is the key to generating better results for clients, which leads to more referrals, higher prices, and increased profits. Exactly what we just discussed. Leveraging your expertise, you can command a higher price. Conclusion. And then, of course, we have a little short LinkedIn post as well that my friend can, be able to post as well. So that's just an example of how you can create notes. Hold on. That's just an example of how you can leverage existing powerful conversations that you are having with your intellectual friends, save them, right? Being able to document different combos, like, oh, remember when we talked about that one, two, and three idea? You laid out some game that you read over here. Okay, I got that written down. I could go back next week when I'm running my ads because you told me something about my campaign manager and what to optimize. Now on Saturday, I like, what was that conversation again? Boom, open up my notes to look at what you did and then implement it, right? You can make content pieces out because maybe one of y'all said some gems, said something valuable. Excuse me. Like my homie Sway did, right? Now he's got content from a voice message. He was just talking to me. Now he's got a content piece that he could put out on different sources like LinkedIn, Facebook, Medium, whatever. Now he can make a video script on it because one of my prompts had a video script tailored to implementing that transcription to a video script, right? Now he can make a whole video about what he did with me. He can make a video about a video about a video, like I just did, right? I literally told him, I was like, bro, this is like really cool. I should make a video about repurposing this content, these voice messages, because it's really easy to just drop them, export as one file, transcribe it, and then repurpose that transcription. And he's like, you gonna make a YouTube video out of this, bro? And it's like, I just did. Look at this. So this is a powerful thing to utilize and implement more. And one of the key things I personally realized when I've gone to making a video, some of the most relatable things, talking to one person specifically. A lot of times I've made a video or a script, or I've written something, literally copying and pasting almost exactly what I texted, emailed, or sent a voice message to someone else. A lot of times me helping one very specific person and me trying to implement and like, oh, showcase, this is how you can do 1, 2, and 3 because I helped one specific person with. Those have been like the most powerful and most energetic and most passionate videos I've recorded or things that I've written. So that's another important thing is what you'll realize is when you sit down to create content, you're constantly thinking about how to do this for so many different people. And a lot of times is if you repurpose something that you've already told someone, or you are planning to write to someone, or you're helping out a friend and just giving them some brainstorming, record those conversations. Number one, it's super insightful. Number two, it's almost like social proof in a way, because even though it's just a friend, maybe they didn't pay you for that service, but it is showing like a live example of how your knowledge is applicable in the real world, right? It's not just theory. There's actually, a use case example that other people could relate to. And three, your intention and your passion and your energy helping that one person and being so specific because you're really trying to help them comes across really well online. And the other people that will be watching, even if they're coming from a different industry and whatnot, will still be able to take and apply that advice. Versus a lot of times, a lot of these things, marketing copy, and even not even just the things some AI generates in terms of marketing copy, even just what people write in general seems to blend sometimes, and it doesn't really hit any pain points, and it's not really as specific as we want it to be. And that's because we're, again, like myself and a lot of y'all might struggle with, is trying to hit so many different areas. It's trying to service so many different people, but that honing in and narrowing down on a niche isn't necessarily just for your business, but even for your content output, very important to consider repurposing conversations and different things that you do with people, rather than trying to create a whole macro viewpoint of what you do and how you do it. You know what I'm saying? So think about that. Next time you want to create content, just literally record yourself, or video or audio, and transcribe it, and record a conversation that you're having with your business partner, a client, a prospect, a friend, and you'd be surprised of how many nuggets come out of that versus trying to sit down and create content later. So not only is it a time saver, I think it could even serve as more powerful content for your business than the deliberate content you try to make later. So anyway, I don't want to be too redundant. I think you get it, nailed the point. Appreciate y'all's time. Thank you for watching.